Good morning. Today at Toronto Police Headquarters from 42 Division Fraud Unit, Constable Michael Lane will be providing an update into Project Fellowship, a multi-million-dollar fraud and money laundering investigation.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for attending here today. Again, my name is Detective Constable Michael Lane. I work at 42 Division in the Fraud Unit. My badge number 9364. This case that we are here to talk about started in June of 2016, around the end of June. And the original investigation started with a complaint from a franchise business in 42 Division who reported it to Toronto Police. The allegations in relation to the complaint were that a female had deposited a check into his business, received the cash or the funds from that account, later to learn that the check was worthless. That's originally how this investigation started. From there, we continued with our investigation, revealed that there was many other victims in relation to this investigation. The main start of this investigation started with multiple hundreds of checks being deposited into the people's accounts, personal and business. Again, later that the banks then learned that these checks were worthless, and the suspects and other people involved were able to get away with the funds. After that portion of the investigation, it was also revealed that the use of counterfeit or synthetic fake identification was used to open up business accounts, personal accounts, get credit products, loans, anything in relation to obtaining funds. With those funds, they were able to get products that you can see here, vehicles, high-end vehicles, Mercedes, Land Rover, BMWs, heavy equipment was obtained using these synthetic IDs. One of the elaborate schemes that they did use in this investigation, along with the identification, the synthetic or fake ID, they opened up businesses with the ministry, and these businesses are legitimate. However, they were opened up in fake names. Part of this scheme was also to further solidify the business by creating websites that, if financial companies would try to ascertain whether or not this business was legitimate, they could provide information in relation to that business online. Phone numbers were also created for each business and for each person, so that if the financial institutions did call, there was an actual number associated to that. Part of the investigation revealed that it's well over $8 million that has been lost and laundered. On the weekend of February 10th and 11th, myself along with some of my other officers, we executed a search warrant in Ajax. Just prior to the search warrant, we arrested a male by the name of Balasubramaniam Sanjeev Karan. The search warrant was then executed at his house, and a large quantity of documents that you can see before you were obtained. After the search warrant was executed, revealed another person of interest, which we then arrested on Monday of this week. Her name is Sukanya Panchalingam. They are currently facing charges of fraud, over 5,000, possession of property obtained by crime, over 5,000, laundering proceeds of crime, conspiracy to commit indictable offense, as well as possessing counterfeit mark. This investigation is still ongoing, and I'm seeking the assistance of the media, as I believe there are multiple other victims. Identity theft is a huge issue for people. It can turn their lives upside down. And I'm here to answer any further questions that you may have. How are they making this Our investigation hasn't determined that as of yet. We are looking into that, how these identifications are created.
You started your investigation in June 2016. How long have these two suspects allegedly been doing this before that?
Originally, I wasn't aware of these people before the courts, as the identification that was used was counterfeit. So through our investigation, we were able to reveal the true identity of them.
How'd you do that?
So there was part of the process of obtaining credit. You provide identification. The financial institutions involved had that identification, which was provided to me after they were at losses financially. And through that identification, I was able to determine who this person was.
What are the ages of the suspects, and are they both Dave Jackson residents?
They are.
Husband and wife?
What are the ages?
They are husband and wife.
What are the
They are between the ages of 28 and 36.
Did you say much of the money is unrecoverable? It's gone, you think? Or?
That portion is still being under investigation, that portion being the allegations of money laundering. There has been assets seized, vehicles. Some of the funds have been recovered as well.
So were they living the high life?
I couldn't say.
Were there trips? Were there fancy cars?
That I'm not sure of at this point.
Well, sorry, just, and I was busy tweeting, but you mentioned things about high-end vehicles in your original talk, Land Rovers, things like that. Can you shed some light on that? I mean, did they have all these trucks, or were these purchases used by fake IDs that have been given to other people?
One of the schemes that was created, again, with creating a fake business and going to these financial institutions to say, I work at this company. They also provided forged pay stubs. With that information, they were able to obtain vehicles. Part of this investigation also is that these vehicles are then being shipped out to Quebec. Some have been located on containers, as well as in auctions within the province of Quebec.
So they buy them and then sell them?
Sorry?
essentially. They buy them and then sell them?
That's the allegation.
Can you just run through who exactly are the victims here? Is it the corporations that are selling this merchandise? Is it individuals that are having their identities being stolen? Who's being victimized?
All of the above. Corporations, yes. Victims, as in personal people, yes. And it really is all corporations. Whatever they were able to obtain through their scheme, they were able to take that and launder the proceeds of that.
Can you talk a little bit about the items that are laid out on the tables in front of you? What are they, and how do they relate to your investigation?
Okay, so in front of me, directly in front of me, are the alleged counterfeit identifications that we obtained, which they would be used at all of the financial institutions and to obtain credit cards, which are to the side. The documents that are to the right of me, those are account opening documents that everybody would receive normally when you open an account at a financial institution. Those were located in the search warrant. Computers that were seized in the place of residence, cell phones that are alleged to be used as part of the scheme, checks. There are some, I couldn't bring some of the vehicles here, but the keys that were, for the vehicles that were obtained, as well as the checks as well for some of the businesses.
So was it mostly banks that were being defrauded?
Not just banks, no. I wouldn't say that.
How did one bad check lead to their arrest? I assume they must have passed piles of them.
There was a lot of checks passed through. That is correct. Not just one.
One in particular
That began the investigation.
And then what was it about that check?
Well, what happened was the person that cashed that check had previously put in checks into their personal account to inflate that check. And with those funds, they took out a certified check, and then they would deposit it at a money service business to cash. So from there, it was revealed that there was many, many, many more checks that were used in the same manner to inflate things like their Visa cards, their business accounts, and personal accounts.
And at the end of the day, was it surveillance video that you were able to ID these guys, like walking into banks or something?
Yes, it was.
You say in your press release that the female suspect worked in a financial institution as a fraud detection agent. So was she sort of the brains behind the operation? And he did the execution? How would you describe that?
That portion is still under investigation. It is definitely a concern, but at this point, that's all we know.
Can you just run through that, just what she did in the bank?
Again, I'm still trying to figure that out myself, so that portion is still under investigation.
But she works at a bank as a fraud.
That is the allegation, yes.
What bank is that?
I don't have any information in relation to that right now.
Has that bank been cooperative
With your investigation?
All financial institutions have been very cooperative in relation to this because it is a large financial loss to everybody. So everyone has been very cooperative with us.
Walk me through her job again. What was her job at the bank?
That I don't know. Again, I'm still looking into that portion. Yes.
What did the male suspect do? What was his legitimate occupation, I guess you could say?
I don't have any idea what his legitimate occupation is at this point. I just know that the allegations are that he opened up many accounts in different names.
Do you have an idea about how much time this was going on?
I don't have the exact date, but it's been going on for many years.
So how much did the two suspects monetarily gain, allegedly, from all of this?
I don't have an exact number, but they gained a lot of prosperity in relation to this.
And so that $8 million figure, that's what exactly?
Well, another portion of the project, there has been other people arrested and charged, and that's in relation to those charges as well. My main focus today is that I'm focusing on the people that were arrested on the weekend. Again, as we believe that there are further victims in relation to the identity documents that we have, and I'm seeking the assistance of the media to help identify those people, and I would ask that those people, if they are victims, call me at 42 Division.
You said there's $8 million lost and laundered through this, around that. Do you have a breakdown of how that works? How much certain institutions lost, how much individuals lost, anything like that?
I don't have a breakdown, but again, all the financial institutions have been working in cooperation with me to assist in figuring out where the money is going to, how many other people are involved, and I've also been in contact with other agencies, immigration. They're supporting as well. So some of the people that have been involved, their status, there's Canadian citizens, there's permanent residents. It's not just one fashion in relation to investigation.
Just in terms of the scale of this, $8 million sounds like an awful lot of money. Is, in your experience, how big of an operation was this for you?
It's a very sophisticated investigation. They have, and to be this detailed, keeping records, as you can see here, of the names and phones associated to each person. It was a very detailed and elaborate scheme that they were doing. So it's...
When you talk about identity theft, those IDs there, are they those actual people that they've taken their ID or have they made up names?
At that point, I'm not sure yet. I'm looking into that. And again, that's why we're here. The pictures on the photos are real people, and the people that they're portraying themselves to be is not them. So I,
Pictures of those people there?
yes.
Right.
And I'm working to hopefully identify if they are real people and ask them to, come forward and speak with me.
How many?
Third face and all those IDs in front of you who's not on the screen there, is he under arrest as well?
Nope, he's a person of interest right now, and I'm looking into that information.
Do you have any kind of name, age for him that we would be able to put out for you?
I'm hopefully I will have that soon, and I will definitely supply that to him.
So what's the next step for you?
My next step is, my main concern is I hope that some of these people with their names their lives have not been turned upside down. I hope I can assist in that manner, and then moving forward with all the information that I'm sure I will receive from the financial institutions and possibly victims.
You said earlier that other people have been arrested. How many people have been arrested in relation to this investigation, including the two on the screen?
14 people have been arrested.
And that's including those two?
Yes.
Okay. And are these two suspects sort of the epicenter of this? Are they the alleged leaders, I guess you could say?
Well, I didn't have any information on that prior to their arrest. Based on the search warrant and the elaborate scheme they've conducted, they're definitely playing a bigger role in this scheme.
When's everybody in court?
I believe April 6th is the next court date
And where would that be?
at 1911 Eglinton Avenue in 407 at 2 o'clock.
That concludes today's conference. Thank you.
April 7th or April 6th?
Just to make sure the names and the numbers on there, please make sure that